3-season sleeping pads are complicated. Too high of an R value and it's overkill, it's too warm and too heavy for the trip. Too low of an R value and it's too cold and can be uncomfortable. But I found one that's right in the sweet spot of the right temperature, a great weight, and still super comfortable. This is the
sleeping pad to end all sleeping pads.
Honestly, you might never need to get a different sleeping pad, at least not a different 3-season one, because this pad is pretty sweet. So let's get right to it. This is the Sea to Summit Ultralight XT Insulated. I tested this sleeping pad when I backpacked about 45 miles through the Smoky Mountains. It was an awesome trip and it was honestly a great time of the year to test this pad because it got pretty cold a few of the nights. So if you haven't seen that video, you should definitely watch it after you watch this one. To start, the pad that I have is the rectangular wide pad, and what's sweet is that this pad comes in a load of different sizes. Everything from small to rectangular, wide, and even women's specific sizes. So you can basically get exactly the pad that you want with this one specific sleeping pad. Their advertised weight is 1 pound 6 ounces, and when I weighed this with the stuff sack, the repair patches, and the pad, everything stuffed together, I got a weight of 1 pound 9.8 ounces, which is very close to what they said and still a lightweight pad. It also fit great inside my backpack. When this is all rolled up, the dimensions are 11 inches long by 4.5 inches wide, and when blown up, it measures 72 inches long and 25 inches wide. Again, I have the rectangular wide pad because I don't really like tapered pads, and I like the wider ones because I move around a lot more in my sleep, but my girlfriend doesn't like me taking up like 3/4 of the tent with that wide of a pad. 25 inches wide is very nice though. It's great and makes sleeping much better, at least for myself. The pad itself is about 4 inches thick that keeps you well off the ground. If you've ever used cheaper, thinner sleeping pads, you've probably noticed that your body hits the ground, or like specifically your hips. With this pad, it's nice and thick, so I never found myself or my hips hitting the ground. And speaking of cheaper sleeping pads, a lot of them just have like a single valve opening, where this one has a double layered valve opening. It's one single valve, but there's 2 layers. The air valve on top is for one-way inflation with a fine-tuned valve. And the bottom valve, if you open this up, it just dumps all the air out. I don't want to lose all the air for the sake of the video. So far, this double layered air valve, that's really hard to say. It's worked very well and I really haven't had any issues with it. I'm used to my Big Agnes one, which just has like 2 separate holes, but this seems to work very well so far too. And as for inflation, it does come with a pump sack, but what's sweet is that it's integrated with the stuff sack for the sleeping pad. Like this is all one piece. So this is their Airstream pump. Once the pad is out of the sack, you open up the bottom and there is this part that is the pump sack. So you can just attach it to the valve and blow air into it like you would any other pump sack. And I gotta say, I don't really know what it is about this specific opening, but this pump sack seems to work better than like any other pump sack that I've used. It seems faster, it works very well, and it's very efficient with the air that I blow into it. Like just pumping it up for this video, all I had to do was take one single breath and I could basically fill up the entire pump sack, which is sweet. Normally it takes like 2 or maybe even 3. I am also definitely a fan with this being integrated with the stuff sack, even though it is kind of weird that you have like, there's 2 toggles on each end of the stuff sack, but it works very well. I love it. I think this is a great system. And as for the exterior materials of the sleeping pad, this is made out of uprated 30D 40D nylon. So what does that mean, you might ask? And if I'm being honest, I really struggled to find an answer to that question. Like, what is 30D/40D uprated nylon? I might just be an idiot, but I couldn't find any really straightforward, direct information on the Sea to Summit website, so I reached out to them personally, and this is what they told me. So basically, they're using both 30D and 40D nylon on the pad. Both materials have coatings and weaves to make them perform better. The 30D nylon is used in areas where they can reduce weight and make the pad more packable, where 40D nylon is used in areas where the pad needs to be more durable, like the bottom of the pad. Here's the email that they sent me if you want to pause the video and just read it for yourself. As for my own observations with this material, the very first time that I took this out and blew it up, my thoughts were, I'm gonna pop this. The pad feels thin, and it's definitely still durable, it just might take some time to get used to. If you're not used to using a high quality sleeping pad like this that's made out of these kind of materials, it just sort of gives you an uneasy feeling like you're gonna pop it. But I definitely don't think you're going to be popping this anytime soon because it's definitely still very durable. Like, I slept on this in my pants that have zippers, and I thought I was gonna pop it with my zippers. I was actually kind of afraid of that, but I never had any issues, and this thing has 0 leaks yet. And as for the noise that this pad makes, it's really not too bad. I guess I would consider it average. It's not silent, but it's also not obnoxiously loud. I give this an average level of noise with this pad. As for the insulation, that's insulation. That was a weird way of saying insulation. As for the insulation inside this pad, it is made out of X-Kin Platinum and Thermalite insulation. X-Kin Platinum insulation has a metallized layer that helps reflect the heat back up towards you. And Thermalite insulation is a hollow core insulation that lofts up and prevents heat from escaping and the cold from getting through. If I'm being honest, I don't really know the technical things with this insulation stuff, so if you want to learn more, you can go to the Sea to Summit website and they have a video that explains all of this. But that makes this a 3-season sleeping pad with an ASTM rated R value of 3.2. So this pad will be great for spring, summer, and early fall backpacking trips where it won't be getting quite too cold yet. While I was using this pad, I was sleeping in my 30-degree quilt, and the temperatures got down to about 40 degrees at night, and I was still warm. I never felt any cold penetrating through the pad underneath me. I do think if the temperatures would have gotten much lower, I probably would have started to get kind of cold. So I wouldn't really push it any lower than like 40 degrees at night with this pad. One thing that this comes with is their pillow lock system. Basically, you can see these little outlines at the top of the pad, and they give you these like very fine sort of Velcro patches that you attach to those areas. So what this does is that the Sea to Summit pillows specifically have a texturized fabric that will stick to this sort of Velcro and lock the pillow into place. Full disclosure, I did not test this because I don't understand why we're strapping pillows to our sleeping pads. I don't know if that's a hot take or what, but I really don't get it. You don't strap your pillow to your bed when you sleep at night in your house, so why are gear companies making it seem like we need to strap our pillows to our sleeping pads? It seems like a gimmick. I don't really get it. If I'm completely missing something, someone in the comment section please let me know. But I honestly do not get it, so I did not test their pillow lock system. I don't see the point in it. So in conclusion, what do I think about this sleeping pad? It's pretty sweet. It's comfortable and it comes in a load of different sizes, so if you do choose this sleeping pad, you can get it in the exact size that you want specifically for yourself. At about 1.5 pounds, it's definitely a great weight and still very lightweight, and with an R value of 3.2, it's gonna be great for spring, summer, and fall backpacking trips. I'm a huge fan of the integrated pump stack. It's awesome, and it honestly works better than like every other pump stack that I've used. So I think that this is a fantastic sleeping pad, and if you're looking for a good 3-season pad, you're not gonna be disappointed with this one. There you have it, everyone. Let me know what you guys think about this sleeping pad, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like, as that really does help my channel, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you in my next video.